So I'm fascinated by what you just said, that you're going to relay your posture to the military liaison. They're going to kind of relay what they're thinking back to you guys. I imagine even if it works 95% of the time, there's going to be some disagreement at some point along this line. You can't work with people forever and not disagree. So if the ops center, the intelligence side has come to one conclusion, and the military has come to a conclusion maybe you disagree with, or they want you to do something you don't want to do, or vice versa, how's something like that ironed out?
Yeah, David, 60% of the time it works every time, right? So, and we all have different, mission objectives, if you will. Again, our job as intelligence officers at the end of the day is to get intelligence for understanding and strategizing. The military, while that's an appreciation of theirs and still a need, the military, especially when you're in a declared war, I think that's a really important consideration for this era in which we're talking about, which we're talking. We are at war. We've declared war. We're over in places like Iraq and Afghanistan trying to go after those, not only go after those who executed 9/11. Again, bin Laden's still alive at this time. Saddam is gone, but the elements and the embers of his regime still have a close hold in Iraq. So we're still trying to fight that war as well. So it's a declared war, and in that sense, the military is trying is using that intelligence for action and for planning. So those two objectives can often butt heads because we have to consider the domino effect that a military movement could have on our intelligence objectives. So let's say that a known military operation is going to take out perhaps one of our key inroads to our intelligence puzzle that, for instance, is this guy an associate of bin Laden? Just talking in generalities. So we have to communicate that. And that's when, in an ideal situation, both parties come together and we kind of devil's advocate it, Obviously, the final say, if it gets to that point, comes from the likes of the White House. So we don't always have the final say. But you're right. There oftentimes can be, and it's not always an issue of, individual ego. Sometimes it is because we tend to fall into this tribalism no matter who we work for, right? But it's often just competing objectives, and sometimes we have to prioritize those. And we had situations with intelligence officers where, the military, for them, it was a successful operation, but it meant that we lost some insight into our intelligence picture at the